Hi students, today I'm going to be showing you how to draw a basic eye. Now when you're drawing a real eye, you're going to pay attention to the details of that eye because everyone's eyes are different. But this is the basic shape of an eye, and it's going to apply when you draw your own eyes because you're still going to follow these steps. Steps are going to look like this, starting with a very, very basic outline and moving down into kind of getting all those very nice details of an eye. So again, the first step is going to be, step one is going to be, you're going to draw the basic shape. So I'm going to just come in and draw my eyebrow. Draw very quick. I'm using quick, light lines. So that way, if I mess up, I can go back and correct the shape that I like. I'm not worrying about if it's perfect at this point. Just worried about getting kind of the basic shapes in there. I'm drawing a little bit darker so you can see it, but you guys will draw lighter. Eyes are going to be, for the most part, pretty almond shaped. So I'm coming in, the way I'm drawing this is sketching kind of short lines. So that way, if I don't like a line, I just erase part of it. I don't have to erase the whole thing. Again, sketching is just short lines. So you do it right, and then you see if you like the proportion on that. Alright? So I'm also going to do the pupil of my eye, of an eye. This is just a basic eye. So the pupil is going to take up almost the whole eye, or a big portion of it. And then I'm coming to erase the lines I don't like. When you have this kind of basic eye, the eyelid is always going to follow the shape of the eye. When you have this kind of basic eye, you're going to see, okay, do I like it? Actually, if you look, my eyebrows should be a little longer. Your eyebrows actually extend past your eyes. So I'm going to fix that up here. Erase those other lines I don't like. Alright, so we have our basic shape. Do I like it? I think it's great. So I'm going to go on and make the other details. So the next detail I'm going to do is the kind of corner of your eye, which is the tear duct. Alright, so I'm coming in and I'm doing that tear duct. And I'm also going to start defining the bottom lash line. So right here at the bottom of your eye, you have a lash line. When you get to the middle of your eye, you can't really see it if the eye is looking straight on. So in the middle of the eye, it looks like I don't have a lash line, and then at the end, it kind of goes out. Alright, so I'm defining that bottom lash line, defining kind of here. Once I have that bottom lash line, I'm going to start doing the eyelashes. Now, a good way to do eyelashes is to do little U's. So the U's are going to look like that. So I'm just going in and doing little U's across the top of the eye. Then as I get down here, my eyelashes are going to go down slightly. So I'm moving the U's down to follow the shape of the eye. Once I do these little U's, I'm going to follow them up to create these really beautiful lashes. Now remember, if you're drawing women, it's okay to have the eyelashes really defined. When you're drawing men, you want to make sure that you don't define them too much because it will look like very feminine. So I'm following that kind of line up. When it's a little bit too dramatic, I'll kind of erase those U's. Remember, your eyelashes go to the right if you're on the right side and on to the left on the other side. Some of them are going to put the other direction. So again, you're following that U up. Remember, eyelashes are all different shapes, all different sizes, all different textures. So you really got to make sure you're paying attention to the eyelashes that you're drawing. Alright, so those are my nice eyelashes. on this side, getting closer to the corner, they're going to be less dramatic because there's going to be less eyelashes. Alright, so that's kind of our basic eyes so far. Then, remember, they go different directions, different textures, different lengths. Then I'm going to come in and do the bottom lashes. So the bottom lashes are going to start here. They're at the bottom of this lash line, not at the top. So right here. So these are going to be shorter. Your bottom eyelashes are never quite as long. And then as they get to the middle, they kind of start to fan out the other direction. So on this side, your eyelashes are going this way. On this side, they're going more that way. Alright? So I'm starting to do those eyelashes. And I'm drawing my own eye. I have no eyelashes in one part of the bottom of my eye, so it looks a little strange. But remember, you can see the hair follicle, the little root of the hair, so you can draw that, and it's going to make it more realistic. Alright? Once you have kind of both of those eyelashes, you're going to come in and really start to shade in this kind of top lip. So now we have kind of the basic shape. We're really going to go for the shading now. For the shading, around your eyelid, there's always going to be a little bit more shading. So I'm going to kind of darken that line in there of the eyelid. And then I'm going to smudge it out. Just kind of start getting that shading effect. Right here under the arch of your eyebrow is always going to be a little lighter. But I'm just going to start kind of shading. Remember, everyone has bags under their eyes. So you do want to always kind of come in and shade them, but don't make them too dramatic because then it'll look like they're really tired or old. But you still want to get that shading in there. So I'm just rubbing my pencil with the side of my pencil, and you're going to get the bridge of your nose kind of going here. So remember, that's kind of a rounded shading. Just shading all that out. And then I'm going to come in with my eraser and take out the parts where there's highlights. So a little bit on the top of my eyelid, a little bit, like I said, under the eyebrow. Then I'm going to smudge it out more. So already, I'm going to pull this up so you can see it. I'm getting kind of that shading in. Alright? After I do the shading a little bit, I'll come back to that a little bit more later. I kind of just have the basic shading. Whenever you mess up, if you do a line a little too dark, you can erase it and then smudge it out. Now I'm going to come in and really kind of get these definitions. So, I'm going to define the outside of this. The part where the color is called the iris. The black dot in your eye is called the pupil. So I'm starting to darken these a lot. Starting to darken all the little details because I like the way it looks. Alright. So I'm going to do the pupil, and remember, when you do the pupil, you're also going to get the points of light in the eye. So I'm going to put 2 points of light in this eye. And the pupil is smaller or larger depending on how much light there's in the room. But we're already starting to get this really beautiful eye. Remember, everyone has a design in their eye. That's what, next time you look into someone's eyes, try to notice what design they have. But what it looks like usually is kind of this sun. So what I like to do is kind of make a sun shape, and then you're going to shade that as well. So I'm making this sun shape around the pupil, and then I'm going to smudge it out. That line was a little too dark. So I'm going to smudge it out, smudge it out. Go in and define those light parts again. in the eye. And then start shading in which parts of the eye are darker. Remember, that pupil is going to be really dark. So make sure you kind of get that darkness in there. Alright. Wonderful. So I'm kind of defining these eyelashes because they kind of lost their definition, redefining the eye a little bit. In the middle you can't see the eyelashes too much. They're still there. Alright. Alright, so now I've defined my eyelashes a little more. I've defined pupil. I'm starting to define these lines. I'm using my eraser. And now I'm going to do my eyebrows. My eyebrows are going to be really easy. You're going to, kind of like the eyelashes, you start from a point and you bring it kind of diagonally. You don't want, unless you're shaving your eyebrows and drawing them on, they're not going to be perfect. Or unless someone waxes them really well. So remember, there's going to be these kind of eyebrows that look like the hair's growing in one direction. And they're not going to be perfectly symmetrical and perfectly in line. So you're going to want to get that hair to show through. Alright? Darken it a little bit so you can see it. I'm bringing that up. And we're pretty much almost done at this point. Because I don't have a picture I'm looking at, I'm making this eye out of my mind. There's not the same adjustments that I can make. But when you're looking at a picture, you're going to want to know, okay, does this look like it? Am I making it? See, I'm making that lash line visible. I did that with the highlight of my pencil. Doing it on the other side. You're going to want to make sure that you get all those little details in there. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed.